Today, I'm making a delicious Caesar salad. The croutons alone are just nuts. The dressing is so good, super fresh, and one of the best things you can make if you're making a salad. We're gonna be starting with 6 cloves of garlic. And before we cut them, we're actually gonna just lightly salt them with a little kosher salt. Now we're gonna chop them into a paste. And then once you can kind of spread it around like that, you wanna chop it just a little more. Now you can see it's pretty much spreadable. We're gonna move that to the side for now. Then you wanna get 3 anchovy fillets in olive oil. And we're just gonna go ahead and mince those up as well. Once you have those semi-minced up, go ahead and add your garlic to the anchovies. And you're actually just gonna mix them together like this. And then you're gonna chop those together. Once you have it all together like that, add it to a bowl, and that's gonna be the start of our dressing. To that bowl, we're gonna add 2 egg yolks, 1 large lemon juiced, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and then go ahead and add a little kosher salt to that. And then go ahead and mix that with a whisk. Wow, the smell coming from that is really fresh. You can really smell the anchovies in there. Next we have 1 1/4 cups of vegetable oil. And I'm gonna really slowly pour that in as I whisk together. And once you're done mixing, you should be left with a really silky smooth dressing for your salad. Last but not least, add 3/4 cup of grated Parmesan right in, and then just mix that in together. You can give it a quick taste and see if it needs any salt or pepper. I think that's pretty good. Set that aside, put that in the fridge until you're ready to serve. Next, we're gonna make the butter for the croutons. So to make the compound butter, we're gonna start with 1 whole cup or 2 sticks of unsalted and softened butter. You wanna just start by mashing it down and making sure that it is all soft. All right, next I have 6 cloves of garlic. All right, next I have 1/4 cup of chopped Italian parsley here. And then last, I'm doing 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan. And this is optional, but I like to do a little pepper. And then last thing is a little flaky sea salt to finish it off. Then just mix this all together. You can go ahead and give this a taste. See if it needs anything else. That's really nice, wow. So I'm gonna set this aside for now. I'm gonna get a knife. And then now it's time to make the croutons. So you're gonna need a ciabatta loaf. And I find that if you use an entire ciabatta loaf, it's a little big. There's just a lot of croutons that come out of it. So I'm only gonna use half of a ciabatta loaf. But you'll wanna cut it down the middle like a sandwich, just like this. Got a little nick right there, but not gonna stop me. All right, there we go. So now what you're gonna do from here is you're gonna cut the bread into about 1-inch long batons. So just like this. So you wanna look just like this when you're done. Now you can place these on your foil lined tray. All right, next you're gonna take each one of these batons and you're gonna butter them up. So you don't need to go crazy, but I do like to put a decent amount on. Now we're gonna bake these in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. And if you have any leftover butter like I do, here's a simple way to store it. The reason why I have extra butter is because the recipe calls for an entire loaf of ciabatta bread. And since I only used half the loaf, I have extra butter left over. An easy way to store it is to get some plastic wrap, scoop out all the butter, and you wanna get the plastic wrap just around the butter. And then you're just gonna roll it into a little tube. So you go like this, and then you take the ends, just like that. Stick that in the fridge, and it'll harden, and then you have some extra leftover compound butter. Oh, man down. Wow, look at that. The smell from that bread is just ridiculous. Like, oh my God. Once these cool down just a bit, you're gonna get out a knife and you're gonna cut them into inch-long croutons. So just to show you, just go like this, and there you have your croutons. So here are our delicious, fresh croutons. You can go ahead and place them in a bowl for now. Don't those look just so good? Dang, I'm actually so hungry now. Next, you just wanna get all your salad into a big bowl. So before the video, I washed these and they've been drying the entire time. And what I have is 1 whole head of romaine lettuce and a head of butter lettuce. If there's any pieces you feel a little big, you can just give them a rip. Now, I'm not gonna dress this whole salad at once because I'm not gonna eat it all right now. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and just plate 1 salad. Get a good handful of leaves, just lightly pack them in there. Next, we're going on with some of those fresh croutons. Next, I have the Caesar dressing that's been chilling in the fridge. And then last but not least, get some nice shaved Parmesan I'm gonna place right on top. Guys, just look at that. First, I think I gotta try a crouton here. Oh my gosh, listen to the crunch. Wow. Wow, that bread's got such a nice garlic butter finish to it. And then baked in the oven. Wow. The croutons alone are just nuts. The dressing is so good. I'm just tasting those anchovies and garlic, and it's just so good. Wow. Every bite just keeps getting better. Oh my God, that's delicious. Oh, it's actually really filling. What a great salad, super fresh. Didn't take me that long, and one of the best things you can make if you're making a salad. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.